no ID, no wallet, no hat, which was totally bizarre for that time, right? It's like he just poofed into thin air. And get this, every single label had been meticulously cut out of his clothes. Can you believe that? A man with no name, no history, and no clear cause of death just lying there on the beach. The police quickly realized this was way more than just a body. It was a real-life enigma waiting to be solved. Now, here's where it gets super intriguing. The phrase Tamám Shud, which means ended or finished in Persian, really set off a whirlwind of theories. Some folks think it's a clue tied to a mysterious book of poetry, while others wonder if it was a secret message from someone special in his life. Can you imagine the wild stories that could come from this? It's like the plot of a thriller movie, right? Just think about it. A man with no identity, a mysterious phrase, and a book that holds the key to unraveling it all. This is a real-life mystery just begging to be explored. It was a shocking scene, and it left everyone wondering what had happened. Who was this man? How did he end up there? The mystery deepened as authorities arrived, uncovering more questions than answers. The way he was positioned suggested a peaceful slumber, yet the truth was far more chilling. The investigation that followed would reveal layers of intrigue that still captivate people today. What a haunting start to a day, right? No ID, no wallet, no hat, which was super unusual for that time, right? It's like he just vanished into thin air. Even weirder, every single label had been meticulously cut out of his clothes. Can you believe that? A man with no name, no history, and no clear cause of death just lying there? The police quickly realized this was way more than just a body on the beach. It was a real-life enigma. The man, now famously known as the Somerton Man, was dressed to the nines in a brown suit and polished shoes, right? But it's what he had in his pockets that really caught everyone's attention. Along with the usual stuff like a train ticket, a bus ticket, a pack of gum, some cigarettes, and a comb, there was one mysterious item that stood out like a sore thumb. Tucked away in a hidden pocket sewn inside his pants, detectives discovered a tiny rolled-up piece of paper. And when they unrolled it, it revealed just two words, Tamám Shud, pretty wild. Persian for it is finished. Those words were traced to a rare book of poetry called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Police scoured the area and, by chance, a man came forward saying a copy of that very book had been found tossed in the back seat of his unlocked car, parked not far from Somerton Beach. Inside that book, the final page had been torn out, the very page containing the words Tamám Shud. On the back of the book was a strange sequence of letters, almost like a code. And on another page, a faint phone number belonging to a young nurse named Jestin. When police questioned her, she was visibly shaken upon seeing a plaster cast of the dead man's face. She claimed not to know him, but witnesses noticed her reaction, pale, trembling, nearly fainting. Who was the Somerton Man? Some folks thought he was a spy, which makes sense considering the Cold War was heating up and the nearby Woomera Test Range was a super-secret military research site. It's like something out of a movie, right? Others speculated he might have been a heartbroken lover. Maybe he had ties to Jestin, or even a child she had around that time who looked strikingly like him. Imagine the drama. Then there was the autopsy, which revealed something truly bizarre. The Somerton Man had likely been poisoned, but here's the kicker. There was no trace of any poison in his system. His organs were strangely clean, almost like he was in perfect health. No vomit, no foam, no signs of a struggle. It was as if he'd simply shut down without a fight. As time went on, the case went cold. Decades rolled by, and the man's identity remained a complete mystery. The book, the code, and that haunting phrase Tamám Shud, all these pieces were like a puzzle that just wouldn't fit together. What a wild ride, but the story didn't end there. In 2022, after more than 70 years of speculation, advanced DNA analysis identified the Somerton man as Carl Charles Webb, an electrical engineer from Melbourne who vanished in 1947. Yet, even with a name, the why remains unsolved. Why was he hundreds of miles from home? You know, it's just so puzzling. Like, what could have possibly led him to that beach? And those clothes with all the labels stripped off, that's just bizarre, right? It's almost like he wanted to erase his identity completely. Who was Jestin to him? Was she someone special? Maybe a lost love? Or just a passing acquaintance? And that haunting phrase Tamám Shud, what secrets did it carry to the grave? It feels like a riddle waiting to be solved. Even now, his final message feels hauntingly poetic. It is finished, but for those who've spent a lifetime chasing his mystery, it never really was. It's like an unfinished story that keeps you coming back for more, right? Each piece of this puzzle pulls you deeper into the intrigue. Think about it. People have dedicated years trying to unravel his teachings, exploring everything from ancient texts to modern interpretations. It's like a never-ending quest. You dive into the layers of meaning, and just when you think you've got it figured out, there's always something new to discover. That's what makes it so captivating, don't you think? It's a journey that sparks curiosity and keeps the conversation alive.